the most important thing that I need you to understand is the fundamental uh the fundamental concept of analyzing or of looking at the market is the same, whether you're analyzing a synthetic pair, or you're analyzing crypto, you're analyzing stocks, you're analyzing for currency pairs, whatever you're analyzing, the fundamental basics of looking at the market, they are all the same. You realize even by the time that we'll be analyzing currency pairs and even crypto, you realize that we don't change anything. It's still the same fundamental basics. Nothing would have changed. Same principles, same concept being applied, just on different instruments. Because the way the market moves is the same when it comes to all these other pairs. When it comes to the entire financial markets, so it's the same. So all you need to do is to master. Even if we analyze one pair, all you just need to do is master the fundamental concepts that we'll be talking about. Once you master and understand the concept, you can actually use the same principles on any other pair that you might be trading that we might not have analyzed. So that's the advantage of paying as much attention as possible, especially to the details of the concept, and making sure that you have understood the concept. Because um, once you've understood the concept, you realize that any pair, whether it's a currency pair, synthetic pair, stock market, you're trading stocks, you're trading whatever that you're trading. So long you're a trader, you realize that once you master the concept of analyzing, or the concept of looking at the charts that we are presenting to you here, you can go ahead and trade any other pair of your choice. So this is my current analysis on volatility 75. This is a synthetic indices pair. This is a synthetic indices pair. So now I don't want to destroy this analysis. So let me just go to a fresh chart so that I take you why I'm expecting this move down before this move up. Those are two particular moves that I'm currently expecting right now for volatility index, volatility 75. So that is what I'm currently expecting. So Boom 500, we are going to talk about, if you were there in yesterday's session, whereby I said this 15-minute level, so long it's not broken. Like if you check what happened today. So what happened today was, let me just give this brief before we move to VIX 75. So what happened was, we had a high, right? Higher high. Where the higher high there? Higher high? Where is our higher low? This is a higher low. It broke the structure. So we had higher high and higher low. Whatever happens, whatever price action happens in between a high and a low, whatever price action happens in between a high and a low, like this, it's simply unnecessary noise or unnecessary fluctuations that are designed to confuse traders that do not have an understanding of how price moves, basically. So you discover that someone seeing whatever happened here thought, hey, this thing is now buying. It's not yet buying. Why is it not? It's not, I mean, selling. It's not yet selling because we haven't broken this. Remember this higher low, this internal higher low. So long it's not broken, it means we don't have a change of character. Change of character, it simply means market momentum is now shifted to the downside. So this higher low was not broken. The market came, failed to break, came again, failed to break. Meaning, what does it mean? The market momentum is still bullish. We are still in a bullish market momentum up until, if ever it had broken this level, it was going to pull back and continue selling. Right now, it would still be selling, but it didn't give us that change of character. That's why even in the signals group, I never even gave a signal for Boom 500 today, because I was simply waiting for the break here, which didn't happen. I saw many people, they were selling. They were selling, yes, but according to what we spoke, they actually, if ever they really followed what we spoke about yesterday, either they were going to take a few profits here and few profits here, knowing that so long this change of character hasn't happened, the bullish order flow is still going to continue. This bullish momentum is still going to continue. So let me just remove everything so that you see how far this market can push to. Right now, I'm looking at, there's a certain zone that I'm looking forward for Boom 500 to reach before it starts to sell. There's a certain level, a certain zone. I actually shared the setups in the signals group. There's a certain level that I marked whereby I'm expecting that this market to reach. So first things first, I have a Fibonacci retracement. I managed to draw my Fibonacci retracement from point A, lower high there, to the lower low here. And you realize that somewhere, we are almost on 61.8, which is good. We're on 61.8, which is good. But now I realize that just above here, we have a supply zone. This is a supply zone here. We have a supply. Not only that, I realize that we also have a trend line that is somewhere close to that zone, close to that region. Let's touch this. Just like this. You can draw it like this, whereby it's first touch there, second touch there. So it's like this. This is the trend line. You touch there, first touch, second touch. So first touch, second touch, then you extend, which is what happened. So here it came, never touched. Right now, most probably we are going to touch that trend line. Most probably we're going to touch that trend line. And remember what I said yesterday, we are still in an overall bearish order flow in the long term. We are still in a bearish order flow. What do I mean? I mean, this is a major lower high, this is a major lower low, this is a major lower low here. So most probably this can be either a lower high as well. Once it, how is it going to be confirmed as a lower high? Once it breaks internal structure, it's going to be confirmed as a lower high. So most probably it can be a lower high. Once we have a lower high, if you know those that are in the class, you know that once we now have a lower high, market must go all the way to the previous lower low, which is here, and break and give us a new low, right? So meaning our first target will be all the way down there once that one is confirmed as a lower high. So the most important thing, let me tell you, the most important thing is for you to really listen attentively, especially when you're having these sessions, because if ever you listen just to hear what you want to hear, you never get this concept. When you're listening, you really need to listen with an ear to hear what is being said and to understand what is being said, not to hear what you want to hear. Listen with an ear that wants to hear what is being said and understand what is being said, not to hear what you want to hear. So this is a supply zone. And according to our laws, supply zones, that's where institutions mostly prefer to sell from. If you check from this supply, that's where this huge move started. So this huge move, it started from that supply. Most probably this market is going to come back into that same supply and give us something like this down. So I also marked other demand zones like this untapped demand here. I marked that zone as a zone as well that the market can come onto this one. These other demands, I didn't mark them because they were tested. All these ones at the bottom here. This one it wasn't tested. So most probably it can push, come back, come maybe somewhere around this level, go back up, or then go all the way to this region. So whichever way will still be. So this is the zone, which means we have something like 5 hours for this market, for this daily candle to close, meaning somewhere around tomorrow, that's where the market will be in our zone, the boom 500 market. That's where it's going to be in our zone, somewhere around tomorrow. So meaning we might find our entries, our sell entries tomorrow. If not tomorrow, later in the evening tomorrow. If not tomorrow in the afternoon or morning, it will be later in the evening tomorrow. That's where we're going to get some sell entries. So those entries, they are going to be based on the principles that I spoke about on a lower time frame. On a lower time frame, you have to see on a lower. So this is a zone. Once you have identified a zone on a higher time frame, right? On a lower time frame, like the 15-minute, 30-minute, that internal order flow must shift. For example, internal order flow I'm referring to, for example, this is a higher low, right? This higher low here, it must be broken. point number one. Once it's broken, it means order flow already. This bullish order flow is now shifted, and we are now in a bearish order flow. Meaning, what all you can wait for is a pullback, either into a supply or into an order block or fair value gap. Then you can take your sales here. So this has to happen. Why must it happen? It's a sign to show you that we are now going down. If ever order flow does not shift, it means market momentum will still continue being bullish, like what has happened even today. Market momentum, there was no change of character there on a lower time frame, 15-minute, 30-minute, there was no change of character. So once we've identified our zone like that, all we now need to see, let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see on 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, it's also close to it's also the similar zone. Let me just remove this Fibonacci. 4 hour time frame, it's the similar zone, just that we can refine it a bit much better on 4 hour. So on 4 hour, you realize that it's this supply here. This one was tested, this one was tested, so it's this one. So we have something, it's just a short distance up until the market reaches into our zone where we are going to expect the change of character on a lower time frame to happen. So if you check here, we spoke about this yesterday, these higher lows not being broken. We spoke about that yesterday. So here now, our new higher low according to the 4 hour is this one. So whatever is going to happen, right? Whatever is going to happen, if ever, once we get our change of character formation on 15-minute, 30-minute, once the market is in this region, once we get that, we expect it to also come and give us a change of character here on the 4 hour, right? Remember, I spoke about the practicality of the market, whereby what happens on another time frame, it happens on another time frame, it happens on another time frame. That's the practicality of the market, basically. So here you also see that you also have another demand here. So all those major demands, those are the demands that the market will usually prefer. Why would the market prefer these demands? Because above that demand, you realize that, for example, in this case, this is a trend line, right? And remember, we spoke about liquidity. Liquidity, we have so many forms of liquidity. We have trend line liquidity. Trend line liquidity, this is whereby the market will be following the trend line like that, and stop losses are below the trend line. And when stop losses are below the trend line and you have a demand zone like this below that region, this will be taken out. So meaning already now we have a rough idea of what might happen. We actually have a rough idea of what might happen from tomorrow and even in the next upcoming days or in the next upcoming weeks for Boom 500. What are we talking about? We're talking about once we get our change of character formations there once it comes into the zone and we get our change of character 15-minute, 30-minute, once we get that, we can start to sell. Once we sell, we expect the market to come and give us a change of character here. Once we have a change of character here, we expect a pullback before a continuation. It's now just going up until it comes into this demand. Why this demand? It's going to collect all this liquidity. This is liquidity. This is money. There are stop losses below this trend line. Stop losses below this trend line. So meaning, whatever sales you take there, the probability of you even holding all the way here is high. But this change of character must happen. The first change of character, it must happen there. 15-minute, 30-minute, it's fine. You enter earlier there. Once that have happened and it comes here and gives us this change of character, know that once this change of character has happened, the market is almost about to pull back. And the pullback zone, I told you, either it's going to come all the way into this closer demand there, here, before giving you the pullback. So it can actually do something like this, go all the way down, then pull back before going all the way down like this. So already we have an idea. We have an idea of what is happening. All we're now doing now is just now patience for the market to reach into our region, number one, and also patience for that change of character on a lower time frame. Once we have that change of character formation, which is a shift in order flow or a shift in momentum, once we have that on a 15-minute, 30-minute, it means we can actually start selling. Those that I saw some people selling in the signals group. Those sales, they were not high probability sales because there was no change of character on 15 minute or 30 minutes. That's why even we didn't give even a sell signal for the boom 500. We simply patiently, personally, I had drawn this zone already, and I was simply folding my hands and waiting, folding my hands and waiting for the market to simply reach into the zone, which is this one. So once we get into this zone, once you get into this region, all you just need to do, go to 30 minute or 15 minute. Once you go there, once we have that shift in order flow, right? If you check, look at 30 minutes. I want to show you that there was no change of character here. There was no change of character. Where we were here, right? We were here. So if ever we were here, where was our higher low? Higher low was this one, because it's the one that broke. It broke this high here. So this was our higher low, like this. So if ever this was our higher low, the market came, didn't break, went back up. We have a low and a high. That was the high, that was the low. So whatever is happening in between a high and a low, that is simply fluctuation. It's simply fluctuations to confuse people who don't know basically how the market moves. So here, came, didn't break, went back up, didn't break. There was no change of character here. So no change of character, it means there is no what? There's no shift. There's no shift in market momentum. And when there's no shift in market momentum, it means the market will continue in the direction that it was initially going. For example, in this case, this was bullish order flow. So no change of character, it means there's no change in order flow and there's no shift in momentum. The market will simply continue in the previous momentum that it was going in. So there was no change of character there. No change of character happened there. So this is the, where is the region? Okay, let me just go here and put a line there so that we see the region clearly. Okay, so this is the region on the 4-hour. This is our region, right? So on 30 minutes, once we tap into that region, you need to practice patience now. Where do you need to exercise patience? You need to exercise patience to wait. Wait, 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 wait. Most people right now, they're going to jump in where they are not even supposed to be jumping in. You find yourself jumping in where you're not even supposed to jump in. So 30 minutes, we now need to wait now. It's now a matter of now waiting, 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 and waiting. So once the market comes into the region, into this zone, around this whole zone here, around this whole region here, once we are in that zone, once we are in that region, wait for, so in this case now, remember this is this higher low, it's a higher low for the 4-hour time frame, this one that I drew here. So you now, in order for you to enter earlier, you just need a higher low for the 30 minute. Obviously, as it will be going up, it will give you some new higher lows on the 30 minute. So in this case, it has gone. You realize that maybe it can pull back maybe into this demand before maybe going up into the region where we want, right? So it will be going up until once it reaches here, your higher low for the 30 minute will be this one. Once you have this higher low, you can now, there are two scenarios now to enter this trade. But the higher probability scenario is always to wait for this change of character. Wait for this. Once it has happened, wait for the pullback into any unmitigated supply, any unmitigated order block, any unmitigated fair value gap. Someone will simply look at it as a trend line break and retest. It's also fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But obviously, as we look at the market with a deeper understanding, so this is what we are looking forward to. Once we have seen this, it has tapped into the zone, number one, which is also somewhere close to the trend line. So it might happen maybe somewhere around this region. But whichever way, whichever zone it happens to, so long as in this zone from here to here, so long as in that zone, right? Once we have this, you can take sales. These sales, they are valid only. These sales that you take on 30 minutes, they are valid to this level. Why to this level? This is a 4-hour higher low. So long this 4-hour higher low is not broken, it can come, then you find it booming, 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 right? Then now, once you see it coming all the way, breaking here, it means you made money. You made money with all those sales, all those. Obviously, you shift your stop loss lower and lower. Because once this change of character has happened on 4-hour like this, once this one has happened, oh, always expect a pullback. After every change of character, we expect a pullback before a continuation. So it will pull back to any other level that was not tested back there at the top. So meaning these first sales here, they are okay after this change of character. Once we have that change of character, those cells, they are okay they are okay only to this level here. So someone can even target this first. So once you see it coming into this demand here, you can actually find yourself locking maximum profits, because if ever it's going to not give us that 4-hour change of character, it means you come, bounce, then continue going up. But if ever it comes and breaks here, it means we are now going down, 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 down in the long run. It's now a swing sell. It's now a swing sell that you can actually hold and hold and hold all the way down, 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 down. So this is what we're now waiting for. Just now practice patience for the market to come into this zone, and you get this. Once you get this formation, you sell. Once you come into this region, you make sure that you've locked the maximum profits. And once we break here, you lock maximum profits. Then you just watch and see where the market is going to bounce on, according to just what we've explained. So this is what we are looking forward to on Boom 500. Don't be in a rush to just jump in. For example, today I saw people selling. There was no change of character there. You could have sold, yes, but it's not a high probability sell that you entered, because the momentum is still bullish. Momentum was still, the buyers are still in control. And when the buyers are still in control and you find yourself selling, that's a risky sell. That's a risky sell. If the buyers are still in charge, it means they can still push price further up. They can still push price further up. So that is what happened. So that is it for Boom 500. Anyone with a question on Boom 500 before we move to VIX 75? Anyone with a question there? Anyone with a question? Or it's clear? Anyone with a question? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together, gentlemen? Are we together? The way you're quiet, is it understanding or you're confused?
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So I hope you understood. I hope you understood what we're expecting.
Yes.
So on VIX now, volatility 5, I have some beautiful setups that we're expecting. VIX 75, if ever you were paying attention, ever since we have been analyzing VIX 75 in these sessions, you realize that there are so many opportunities that we spoke about that happened, that are still happening. And if ever you were really paying attention, you realize that there were so many opportunities that actually happened, especially on VIX 75, especially on VIX 75. So VIX 75, this is what we said. This is what we spoke about. This is 4-hour time frame, right? 4-hour time frame. Where is our lower high? Our major lower high was this one at the top, lower low. Where was the new lower low? We also had another lower low because we broke internal structure, lower high there. This one, lower low. And now we eventually managed to change character here, all right? And after this change of character here, which was a major change of character, after that, we said we're expecting a pullback, and the pullback happened. And we even spoke before even the pullback happened. The pullback happened. That was all money. This was money. You could have entered these sales in so many ways, so many ways that you could have entered these sales. There were so many ways that you could have entered those sales, so many ways using trend lines, using even the confirmations of shifting order flow that I always tell you. So a simple way, you could have simply drawn this. Let's say you were too lazy to go deeper. So simple, broke the trend line, then fell all the way. So here you could have put your Fibonacci retracement from the point A to point B, and your target now for these sales, just in case you don't know where it's going to reverse onto before continuing all the way up, you can put your Fibonacci retracement. And remember, we always expect the market to go below 50%, so it's around 61.8, which is what it did. So meaning you would have targeted any level below 50%, which is 61.8. So meaning from there, we're expecting it to push all the way to 61.8, which is our first zone, second zone, third zone. Very rare, sometimes it's going to even come all the way to 100%. Whereby it can come a touch here, then continue going up. There are times like that. That you can do that. So here, you could have caught these cells nicely. So around this region, you realize that we also had a zone there where even the market reversed. There was an order block, okay, and that order block you could have actually started buying. So now we now have a new higher high. Once we now have a higher high, market must drop to give us a higher low. And this is now our higher low. Why is it a higher low? Because it broke internal structure. Where was internal structure broken? Internal structure was broken here, which was a change of character. This was a change of character of this internal structure, right? So meaning this is now our new higher low. Once we now have a higher low, market must go up and give us a higher high, a high that is higher than this high. So meaning whatever buys that are going to happen, they are going to first target is going to be that high there. So this move to the upside was an opportunity. These sales, you would have made money. These buys as well, you would have made money. These buys after it came into this region, you could have made money. This was simple money, simple money. You would have made money. And even the break there, the retest, you would have made money up until we changed character there, right? Then after every change of character, you expect a pullback. I spoke about this move before it even happened. If ever you were really paying attention, you realize that we spoke about this move before it happened. I said the market is going to it's going to pull back. Before it even did that, we spoke about all of that before it even did that. And it actually came all the way down. So meaning the buys, you could have made money up until we changed character, right? After this change of character, obviously, you're going to start expecting a pullback, which was a pullback for sales there. So here you would have used this trend line to know that hey, these buys, they are no longer going to continue. You would have simply used this trend line break and retest, and also a pullback into a supply. Simple stuff. Trend line break and retest, pull back into a supply. You could have actually sold there. Selling there, you are selling there into what? Into the zone that we're expecting to buy. You are selling to buy. Right? After we sold to buy there, came into the region, went all the way up as we had spoken. So after we had spoken that, we can see that this is a break of structure. And remember, our major target is still this one. Our because all of this is internal structure, whatever is happening in between here. It's internal structure because Our high is that one, and our low is this. Whatever happens in between a high and a low, it's called internal structure. It's simply internal structure. So break of structure. After a break of structure, we expect a pullback. So where is our next zone of entry? I have this demand here. I have this demand here. And according to the laws of liquidity, there's a lot of trend line liquidity here. So most probably, we're expecting the market to collect trend line liquidity, which is here. Collect trend line liquidity, tap into the untapped demand, then shoot all the way up, and break this zone here. Our target is there. So meaning this buy, you can even hold all the way to this level here. This buy here, you can hold all the way there. So now, this is what we're expecting now. We're expecting the market to drop. So the drop as well, you can actually also make money with the drop. The same thing that you did here. The same thing that you did here, making money with the drop before the buy. So you can also make money with the drop before the buy. Where now are we going to sell? You don't just sell anywhere. You need to identify a zone, a level. And I showed you, I actually sent the setup in the free group. I actually sent in the signal group, I actually sent the setup of the zone that we're looking forward to here. I'm looking at this supply. I remember last week we spoke about this other supply. We had pending orders there, and those ones were triggered, and they are still in profit. We actually had pending orders there. Market tapped the pending orders, and this is all profit. So now I'm saying what we are now looking for is to come into this supply. This supply was not tested, so it can come there, go all the way down, break and retest, go all the way to where we are expecting. So this is what we're looking for to VIX 75. I want you to make money with this sell going down and with this buy going up. So right now, focus on making money on this sell. You can even ignore this buy that is happening here inside here and focus on this sell. Focus on this sell here. So you sell there, the stop loss above there, the target, you are targeting this zone here. So this is what we're looking forward to. We drop, then we buy. I'm going to remind you again and say, didn't we speak about this after it has happened? I'm going to remind you again. Didn't we speak about this? Didn't we speak about? So this is the opportunity. We sell, then we buy. So that's a beautiful, beautiful one. Beautiful one. Beautiful, beautiful one. You can even place a pending order there. Stop loss above there. So that is it, guys. That is it. That is it. That is it. We are done. 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 So see you tomorrow. 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 See you in tomorrow's session. See you in tomorrow's session.